Black coffee. It's a habit that somehow leached its way into my morning routine every morning. And I find it funny that we all have our preferences, don't we? Some people like a tea, some people like a latte, some people like a shaken frappuccino with extra cream and God knows what else. But I like it black. And I say this to remind you that we're all just creatures of habit.
I'd say I'm a pretty habitual guy. I exercise first thing 6 mornings a week, eat the same breakfast and lunch 6 days a week, work in the same shed 7 days a week, and have tracked my habits every single day for the past 60 weeks.
But you see, I have been thinking a lot about this one habit recently, not coffee consumption, that I think could be the common denominator of success. Actually, I'll go as far as to say it is the underlying characteristic of achieving big dreams. But there's a catch. You can't track this habit.
Unlike my coffee addiction.
So every morning, I track my habits. And it is by far the best way I have found to romanticize consistency without the friction. But there's so much that doesn't go into the tracker that I haven't had the opportunity to share.
So as I was thinking of how do I tie this story together into this film about this one habit, I realized that my entire career, like how you're watching this video right now, is the story. Now, you might think of me as the journaling, habit tracking guy that makes overly edited videos in his backyard shed. But before that, I was busting my ass making jewelry. And before that, I was selling bulk made coasters for pocket change. And before that, this place didn't even have walls in it. You see, this space and this YouTube channel is built off consistency from the ground up. Consistency in your creativity, consistency in your work, consistency in your attitude. Consistency is a really hard word to say. And just showing people that you can go out and build it if you want it. And I think habit tracking really seems to connect because it's the philosophy behind the madness. But before all the numbers clicked and the people started showing up in my comments, that is where the real story and this habit begins.
I launched luxury silver dog tags.
So cool.
And in hindsight, what do I know about the luxury pet industry? Better yet, what do I even know about marketing, about what people want?
You've got to remember, I quit my part-time job for this. I was scraping by, making only $300 a week, and I was bordering negatives in my bank account.
Quickly becoming watch Dom spend all his fucking money on high-priced dog tags. I really hope
And the honest reality was I had zero clue of what the hell I was doing. And I guess what kept me on this path was this strange habit that I have. Delusion is believing something that doesn't exist in reality. It's blind certainty that most people will call stupidity. But sometimes stupidity is just an idea that people can't see yet.
Delusional fantasy,
Delusional spiral.
I was fucking delusional. I mean, what the hell was I thinking making dog tags? What did I even know about making rings and producing a business and all the working parts that go into it? Not to mention the other goals. How was I gonna get 10K on YouTube? How was I gonna get 50K on Instagram? I was so close to going back and getting a normal job.
I was delusional with all of these goals that I had on my wall. They were so far out of reach.
Every single night, I would stare at this list of goals sitting on my window. And the thing about this list is that I had none of the steps laid out to get those goals. But every time I stared at this list, I had this feeling like I could fucking do it. But how was I going to achieve any of this? Because I was delusional enough to start and optimistic enough to keep on going. You see what I did there?
I like it the way I move. I like it the way I move. I like it the way I move. I like it the way I do. I like it the way I move. 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 I like it the way I do. I like it the way I move.
unfortunately, it wasn't the happy ending we all wanted. I didn't sell my goal of 500 dog tags. In fact, I only sold 25. But because I saw it through, I learned so many valuable lessons in the process. And this was at the time my personal page started to blow up because of my daily habit tracking method. And after 2.5 years of brain ache, asking myself, how can I make an income as a creator? It clicked.
I made these habit trackers and they sold out in an hour. Come on! It's all from my backyard, that's it. Just need to sit in
Money.
here for 2 years straight.
It didn't happen with the rings, it didn't happen with the dog tags, it didn't happen with all these different attempts, but it happened with the journals. Why?
Delusional optimism kept me going through all of the hard times, and paired with consistency, that is an unbreakable duo. Without delusional optimism, I would not be where I am as a creator. I would not have had the ups and downs and the triumph as well as the low point. I just think it's so vital that you have big dreams without even knowing how you're going to get there in the first place.
It's a dream.
Delusional optimism is a dream, but without the dream, there is no direction. You have to understand that no dream is too big. What stands between you and ultimately the person you want to become is a lot of consistent hard work and the willingness to think optimistically big. And this is exactly how I am approaching every single big dream and big goal that I have for the next, well, rest of my life.
The great thing about this habit is that it encourages you to have outrageous goals without the steps to get there. It encourages the magic of this unknown path, and the chances are you're gonna f up a lot of times. You're gonna have to pivot, you're gonna have to adapt to get to your dream. But I wanted to share this because I've experienced this habit firsthand, and it's gonna be the reason that it takes me from where I am to my biggest, wildest dreams. And that is delusional optimism. And this is the common denominator of any successful person. But again, it's untrackable, it's unquantifiable. That's why I urge you to set outrageous goals in anything that you're doing and go after them. Because the growth I'm after is not linear whatsoever. One action building over time can produce 95% of the results. And these big dreams I have, they involve you. So subscribe for more, and I'll see you very shortly.
This shit really works. Go be delusional.